You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers for November 18th through the 22nd. Sharon Newman is arrested and Daniel Romalotti is demanding justice. It's me, Belinda from Soap Dirt. I have got such juicy spoilers for you. Looks like it is going to be a great week. If you're not following us, please reach down, click subscribe. Let's get right into it. It's good stuff. Monday, November 18th is season 52, episode 33. So Daniel and Summer are over at the hospital. They are completely shocked. Their mom is in critical condition. Elena gets a CT scan and tells them that Phyllis has a brain injury because her brain hit the inside of her skull when the car crashed into the tree. A scene from the promo has Elena telling them there's nothing to do but just monitor and wait. And of course, Daniel tells Phyllis, who is unconscious, please wake up because he can't lose anybody else that he loves. Meanwhile, over at her place, Sharon makes it very clear to Nick she, yes, did the crimes that Phyllis accused her of. And Nick can't accept it. He wonders if Sharon is confused because of her meds and them being messed up. And she says, no, I killed Heather. I panicked. I dumped the body. I framed Daniel. I can't live with the guilt anymore. I'm relieved. I just want this out and over with. She wants him to call Chance so she can confess and be arrested. Faith and Mariah show up at their mom's place on Monday. Faith freaks out, doesn't think Sharon could have done this, and she wants to blame Phyllis for everything. Faith can't believe it and thinks Phyllis terrorized Sharon into wanting to make a false confession, but Sharon assures a very upset Faith that is not the case. As hard as it is to believe, she really did do this. Chance updates Daniel and Sharon that Phyllis was run off the road by a driver that then sped away. They don't know if it was intentional or if it was just a driver that caused an accident and then panicked and left the scene. Chance gets a call from Nick who says, come to Sharon's urgently. Daniel wonders if it's about Phyllis's accident, but Chance doesn't know, and he leaves. Summer and Daniel discuss the fact that it's a little too much of a coincidence that Phyllis was making all these accusations about Sharon, and then she was run off the road right by Sharon's house, and they are just worried sick that someone did this to Phyllis on purpose. When Chance gets over to Sharon's, he is stunned when she tells him, yes, indeed, I did it. You need to go to the DA, get the charges against Daniel dropped ASAP. I'm the killer. Jack and Diane explain their scheme to Kyle. They never broke up. Jack didn't mean it when he said that Diane was fired from Jabot. All their public arguments were staged to convince him and Victor that they were done. They did not see any other way to get Kyle away from Victor and prove to Kyle that Victor was using him to punish Jack because they tried to tell him and he wouldn't listen. And Kyle said that Diane really hurt him with things she said. She's sorry, but she also reminds Kyle he was undermining her at work, and Jack agreed that Kyle was too cocky, needed a reality check, and then he ran to Victor and betrayed the family. And they tell Kyle, they risk everything for him. Kyle is shocked by all of this. He and Claire take off to the GCAC to have a drink and talk it through, and he wants her opinion. Claire is absolutely stunned to see for herself up close how vengeful and cruel that her grandpa Victor is. She's heard about it, but she that was hypothetical. This is real. And Claire is very unhappy that Victor attacked Kyle the way he did. It was so personal, the way he used him. And Kyle admits that working with Victor was a huge mistake, but he's not ready to forgive his parents. But Claire suggests that he let go of the anger. Tuesday, November 19th is episode 34 of season 52. Ian Ward and Jordan Howard again target Sharon. I believe they are going to make sure that Sharon is thoroughly framed for crimes she did not commit. And there's a reason that she can't remember them. And I'm so happy because I was really worried that they were having her do this stuff and that they were going to send Sharon away to prison and we were going to lose Sharon Case. So I'm enjoying this. I do like Ian. Jordan I'm on the fence about, but I like the villainous twist. Daniel wants the truth from Nick. He is demanding answers on Tuesday. He wants to know what Sharon has done. And Victor gets the upper hand with Diane. In a scene from the promo, Victor is telling Diane that Glissade has been transferred to her. He has sent over the signed papers, and she asks if it's just that easy, but it sounds like it may not be based on something happening later in the week. Wednesday, November 20th, episode 35 of season 52. Christine and Michael are debating whether Sharon is guilty or innocent. Michael, of course, can't see Sharon doing this, and Christine had heard Phyllis's theory, and she was starting to buy into it, at least as an alternate killer theory, but they're both having a hard time believing it. But now that Sharon has confessed, it seems like, okay, we have to acknowledge this. So I wonder if part of their conversation is, not guilty by reason of insanity, or really and truly innocent. Meanwhile, Daniel wants justice for Phyllis, and I'm sure he wants justice for Heather as well. And he, of course, is heartbroken. He had to send Lucy away because of all of this. So it's just a lot for him to handle. Sally settles a score on Wednesday, and I wonder with whom. There's Chelsea, there's Adam for the cheating, but this might be some cute little jokey thing between her and Billy. We'll see. Thursday, November 21st is season 52, episode 36. Jack finds out that Diane made a sacrifice for the family. So I wonder if this is something to do with that Victor confrontation about Glissade, where she asked, is it that easy? And he's, said no and put some kind of stipulation on it. Hopefully Jack and Diane will end up back together. Everything will be good. I mean, the big deal with Glissade, as long as Jabot gets their product back, I don't think anyone really cares about Glissade. Elena shares her expert medical opinion about what's going on with Phyllis and how best to help her while talking with, Phyllis's family. And Summer is forced to make a very difficult decision. I wonder if it's something like, putting Phyllis in some kind of medically induced coma to let her heal, something like that, brain surgery. If she's got swelling on the brain, that's never a good thing. And just so you know, rest assured, Phyllis is going to be fine. Here's a photo from a December 9th episode, a press photo from that date. And you can see the Christmas decorations there in the background. She's talking to Billy. She's just fine. It's going to be dramatic, but she's going to be okay. You can't keep Red down for too long. Friday, November 22nd is episode 37 of the current season. Chance investigates, which is all Phyllis had been asking him to do before, right? But he just took everything at face value, and then he tried to blame having to arrest Daniel on the DA, but he didn't even look at anybody else, despite the fact that it was just dumb, because Daniel invited him into the apartment, which he wouldn't have done if he had left all the evidence sitting around. Chance is a terrible cop. He should go back and do something else. Anyway, he finds compelling evidence pointing to Sharon's guilt now, and I do suspect that this is what Jordan and Ian were busy doing on Tuesday, making sure that the frame up on Sharon is solid. Victor is very thrilled to announce Nikki's new role at Chancellor. She's supposed to be the CEO. Hopefully Victor will keep his word to his wife, but you can't always trust the mustache. And by the end of the week, Billy and Sally are fighting temptation, but I wonder, why are they even fighting? We all know it's inevitable, right?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.